one more killer. Because it's more interesting than a flat earther. And also more intellectually challenging than a flat earth debunk. Didn't get off to a flying start looking at this just now. For example, 11, 24, 34, that plus that make 11. There are a lot of ways to do that. All those together, I think add up to 80, those two must make 10. Well, there are a lot of ways to do that. The whole lot, the whole bottom three together, add up to 118, so those three must make 17, those three must make 17. There are a lot of ways to do that. So I got off to a whole lot of nowhere, but looking at the centre square, the centre 3 by 3, all of them put together must make 45. 21 plus 14 plus 4 makes 39. Those two must add up to 6. These two add up to 13. That one is at most 9, so that one is at least 4. That being at least 4, and that adding up to 6 makes that at most 2. These two make 4. They have to be 1 and 3. So that can't be 1 or 3. So I've got that 2. And by extension, that 4, that 9, and that 5. There are only two ways to make 14. They are 5, 9 and 6, 8. This can't be 5, 9 because I already have a 5 in that row. That must be 6, 8. That being 6, 8, that can't be 6 or 8. It also can't be 5. So that has to be 9, and this has to be 5. Probably I should write them slightly smaller so the totals don't get obscured. But whatever. We don't know how round 6 and 8 are, but we do know what goes there. Now that I have the 5 and 9, I could work out what those two add up to. Now that I have that 5 and that 9, I can work out what those 18 spaces add up to. I have 33, 43, 61, 69, 78, 83, and those two make 90. So those two make 7, and that must be 8. Let me just check that. If that's 8, those are 7. 25, 35, 43, 54, 65, 76, 85, 90. Huzzah! I can also get this number over here because I have... Oh, no, I can't. Sorry, never mind. Can't get that. Not quite paying attention. Right. But I could work out the total of those two. 13 plus 7 is 20, 28, 36, those must make 9. And they can't be 1, 8, and they can't be 4, 5. So they are 2, 7 or 3, 6. So that's 2, 3 or 6. That's 3, 6 or 7. 6 makes that 1, 4 or 5. And 3, 6 or 7 there makes this 4, 5 or 8. Well, it can't be 8, so that can't be 3. Because we've got the 8 there. And this 13 could be 6, 7, can't be 5, 8, could be 4, 9. Actually, go one better. That's 8. 28, 36, those must make 9. If those two must make 9, neither of them can be 9. Those two make 8, neither of them can be 9. Those two make 7, neither of them can be 9. That has to be 4 and 9. Don't yet know which way up, but it does have to be 4 and 9. Okay, so those two can't be 4 and 5. Couldn't be 4 and 5 anyway. What does that tell me? It tells me 4 has to go somewhere in one of those three. 4 and 2, or 4 and 9, or 4 and 9. Not all that exciting. Ah, I've got something. Now I've got a 5 there. 5, 20, 31, 35, 48, 61, 70, 79, 85, and another 5 makes 90. So those must make 5. They are 1, 4 or 2, 3. Don't know which. And that can't be 4, 5 either. We already knew that from this. So we have 2 9s, that neither of which can be 4, 5. So it must be 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, any two of the 3. And we know that 9 can't go in a 9 or a 6, it must go in one of these. So 4 must go in one of those two. So what? Well, 4 goes in one of them, that has to be 1 and 3. So this 11 can't be 3, 8, 4, 7 or 5, 6, it has to be 2, 9. There's a 9 there, so that must be the 2, that must be the 9. And that 9 means the 9 that has to go somewhere here has to go in that one. Hooray. Still don't know which of these is 4. We do know that that's 4. That 9 means it can't be 6, 9, it must be 7, 8. Don't know which way around. It's still worth knowing. Doesn't change anything about that. Doesn't change much about anything yet. How much do those two have to make? Those are 5, therefore I have 20, 25, 33. Those two must make 12. And they can't be 5, 7 or 4, 8, so they must be 3, 9. Making these 1 and 7. So that can't be 2, 9 or 4, 7. Ah, and that can't be 3, 5. So that is 1, 7 or 2, 6, and that is 1, 4 or 2, 3. That can't be 2, 3. It has to be 1, 4. Which means that can't be 1, 7 or 3, 5. It must be 2, 6. Don't know which way around that goes either yet. But now that's 2, 6. So I'm left with... yeah, what am I left with? 5, 7 and 8, which conveniently makes 20. No idea which way around they go, but that's what they must be. This can't be 4, 9 because of that, can't be 5, 8 because of that, it must be 6, 7. And there's already a 7 somewhere there in this square, so that is the 6, that is the 7. There's a 5 there, so this can't be 1, 5, it must be 2, 4. And there's a 2 there and a 4 up here, so they must be that way around. Meaning that can't be 2, that is 6, and that is 2. Which just leaves 1 to go there, making that 8. Leaving 3 and 6 to go there. Because of that 3, they have to go that way around. Also because of that 6. They have to go that way around. So I have everything except 8 in that bottom row. So 8 goes there. And these must be 5 and 7, whichever way around they go. Obviously the other way around from the 1 and 7 there. Now those are 6 and 8. Now that I have 8 and 6 there, I can put 6 and 8 up here. Now that I have a 3 there, I can put 1 there and 3 there, and that leaves 5. I better not leave 5, 6 and 7 because that's 18. No, 5, 7 and 9 is 21. 7 or 9, 5 or 7, 5 or 9. Alright, fine, can wait. This 7, it can't be 3, 4 and it can't be 2, 5, which means the 5 has to go there. And that it has to be 1 and 6, one around or the other. Now that I know that's 5, I just have 7 and 9 to put in, and that 9 tells me that's the 7, that's the 9. If that's 1 and 6, this can't be 1, 7 or 2, 6, it must be 3, 5. I have 3, 5 there one way round, these must go the other way round. Which leaves 2 and 7, conveniently making 9. And it can't be 7 and 0 there, so it must be 2 and 5 there, and 7 and 4 up here. That 4 makes that 9, and that 4. This 12 can't be 5, 7 or 4, 8, it must be 3, 9. 3 and 9 down there, 3 and 9 down there. So something's going to have to tell me which around the 1 and 7 are to tell me which around those are, which will tell me which around those are. 7 can't be 3, 4, can't be 2, 5, must be 1, 6. Which would indeed tell me which around the 1 and 7 down there are. That being 1 and 6, what I need 7 here. Got 1 and 6 there, got a 4 there, so this has to be 2 and 5. Got a 5 there, so that's the 2, that's the 5. To make 11, can't be 2, 9, could still be 3, 8, can't be 4, 7, can't be 5, 6. Got to be 3, 8, and there's a 3 there, so that's the 3, that's the 8. That 8 tells me that's 7, and that's 8. And that just leaves 1 and 9 to make the 10. That has to be 3 and 9, so that's the 1, that's the 9. Which means this can't be 6, 9. Well, I've already got a 6 and a 9 in this column, so that space can't be 6 or 9, so this can't be 6, 9. Now I have a 9 in this row, this can't be 6, 9. It has to be 7, 8. Which way around? Don't know yet. But we do know it has to be them. That 1 tells me that's 1 and that's 6. And 3 and 9 there, I'm left with 7 and 8 there. Because of that 8, they have to go that way around. 7 and 8 make 15, so that's 3 to make 18. Of course it is. 1 and 6 there, 3 was the only thing left. That leaves 4 and 9. You can't use 4 and 4 to make 8, and you can't use 9 and... No, it doesn't. It leaves 4 and 6. That is a 9. I'm reading upside down. Sometimes this goes wrong. It leaves 4 and 6. So you can't use 4 and 4 to make 8, so that must be the 6 and 2. And that must be the 4, making that 7. Conveniently, 1 in each column. Which leaves 1, 4 and 6, making 11. Of which the 4 can't go there. And the 6 can't go there. What about 1 and 3? Have I got which? Yes, there's a 3 there. Tells me that is 1, that is 3, which tells me that is 6. Those are 1 and 4. These are 1 and 7, so that can't be 1. That's 4, that's 1. Leaving 3 to go there. Which makes that 8. Oh, that 4 tells me that is 1, that is 4. Which doesn't tell me which way around those go. That 8 tells me that is 7, that is 8, which leaves 2 to complete that row. So to make 8, that must be 6, which leaves 5 to complete that row. So these must add up to 6, and they must be 2 and 4, because that's all that's left. Very conveniently, 2 and 4 do make 6. Very reassuring. There's 2 there, so they had to go that way around. And there's a 4 there. They had to go that way around. What was I left with down here? Oh. I was left with up here. Up here I was left with 1 and 6, wasn't I? To make 7. And that 6 tells me the 1 goes there, and the 6 go there, and that 1 tells me that is 7 and that is 1, which to make 10s make that 3 and that 9, and 3 and 9 that way around there, put 3 and 9 the other way around up there, which just leaves 12 there, made of 5 and 7, that way around.